full MotoGP Rookies Cup action. And away they go. Pushing gets it rolling well. Carter Thompson a little better. In fact, it's Carter Thompson that takes up the lead. But it's our man Brian Ariarte who leads into the first corner. And you can see that dry line forming.
And a few riders getting pushed wide there, but it was the number 7 of Beñat Fernandez taking off. A bit from the grid, and the rider is down in the background. Beñat Fernandez up in a second.
That's right. What's his thinking now? Is he still going after Ramadhipa, or is he thinking to hold back Clark and Pratama? See the big puck there that the guys run in the wet. It just it's a thicker than the puck that they run on. Puck there that the guys run in the wet. It just it's a thicker than the puck that they run on their knees in the dry, so that they're not leaning over quite as far before they feel the track whiffling past them. So 2 laps remaining as they cross the line. Right on his tail now, and Clark has got a superb slipstream. Vader's slipping up and slippstream with both of them. Who's going to fan out? It's a wide drop right on his tail now, and Clark has got a superb slipstream. Vader's slipping up and slippstream with both of them. Who's going to fan out? It's a wide, dry line going as it was the previous lap, but there's only 2 laps remaining. And Vader Pratama going past. The civilian flight there. He can see what's happening ahead of him. He's had a couple of nasty slides, but did you say that? He's right on the tail of Ramadhipa. They're going to go through now to start the last lap. He can see what's happening ahead of him. But through now to start the last lap. The battle for first. Ryan goes for the late break. Ramadhipa goes late. Is he going to run wide? He cuts across Brian's nose. Absolutely superb. Is he going to run wide? He cuts across Brian's nose. Absolutely superbly. That was harsh, but past their best. That's right. And Brian now looking for another opportunity to pass. There's plenty of corners here. Oh, it's moving around him, and Ariarte is in second place, chasing Ramadhipa. Really, it's got to happen into the last 2 corners. And Vader still knows that he can win this. It's winning this, and he ended up 4th. That was superb, wasn't it? I mean, that was superb, wasn't it? I mean, I said that Raya was looking at. I said that Raya was looking at winning this, and he ended up 4th. To me, that everybody's by Vader still knows that he can win this. If something goes wrong with these turn front, he can pick up the pieces very easily indeed. So Brian, something goes wrong with these turn front, he can pick up the pieces very easily indeed. So Brian Ariarte is in second place, chasing Ramadhipa. Anything that Vader can do about it now that he's up into a clear second place, getting faster, but the tyres are getting slower. Right, so it is the 32 of Ramadhipa now. We'll see what the gap is. It was now 6, nearly 7 tenths. So, and look at, you can see the bike moving around now as that tyre wear affects the stability as well. You know, it looks worse than it is. It's not making the bike unstable. You know, it looks worse than it is. It's not making the bike unstable at all. But it's Ramadhipa moving around big time as he came over the hill there and down. Those tyres certainly getting up to a very serious temperature now.
Over the next 7 laps or so, 15 when it's wet and bright.
Ramadhipa moving around. The Japanese, along with the Indonesians and the Thais, know all about riding in the wet. And Zen showing what you say to be absolutely true at the moment as they go through with 6. What you say to be absolutely true at the moment as they go through with 6 laps remaining. And Clark's the fastest man on the track that time.
Very nicely done.
And Clark, the fastest man on the track that time. Last 3 or 4 laps, it's going to be dry almost all the way around here. There is the 13 of the cut from the points leader now. It's completely dry there as they tip it. It's the 13 of the cut points leader Hagen.
Impressive stuff, as is Brian Ariarte, even with
he's on the black stuff, that's okay. He's going to try it on the brakes. He's making away the last. He goes on surely. He's going on the brake drive. He's had a lousy drive a couple of times before to let it run wide. He's going to take this one. Brian Ariarte, just the last corner. He wins it. He's on the book and go on the inside. No, Brian, surely. If he gets a good drive, he's had a lousy drive a couple of times, but he's only going to keep it safe.
Lineup of new arrivals, perfect for the season.
14 laps then to kick off, and
perfect for the season.
Holding on the brake. and the lights and a great
We've got a
start from the
fantastic
middle of the
lineup
second
of
row
new
with
arrivals.
Marco Morelli.
And it was a cracking launch for the 95 for Morelli, but as I think
We've got a fantastic lineup of new arrivals.
Outside going
Perfect
into
for the
turn
season.
2, so he's actually further down, Peter.
Yeah, but that is the front row guys.
We've got a
Big
fantastic
crash there in
lineup
the
of new
background.
arrivals.
Goodness gracious
Perfect
me.
for the season.
That is a big old went through the
Perfect
gravel
for
and
the
carrying
season.
on. We're coming down the back straight now. I can see Vader Pratama, the fifth.
We've got a fantastic lineup of new arrivals.
Perfect
Perfect for the season.
Lucas Brown has crashed as well. Someone else down in the background too.
Wants to do it. He's talking about passing everybody at the first corner.
Perfect
But
for the
as they come
season.
around the final corner then, for the first time, it was Sullivan Mounsey who went down. Oh dear,
We've
what
got
a
a
shame. As well, the riders have looked at what happened yesterday and thought, I can't have that kind of mess again. If I have more pace, I need to go for it. Christian Daniel, as you said,
31 of Giulia Pugliese and Hakim Danish on the number 13.
already up into the podium positions.
And Benyat Fernandez, of course, he's already had a win in race 2 at Le Mans.
Sun out there at the moment from these leaders.
And pole time was 2:01.95, and Vader Pratama has just done a 2
Day for Raw Britannia, unfortunately, but there we go.
We've got a fantastic lineup of new.
What a lad he is. So Vader Pratama finished up last year in the championship.
We've got a fantastic lineup of new arrivals.
Talking to him after qualifying,
We've got a fantastic lineup of new arrivals.
Perfect
for the season.
You know, the end of qualifying. But he's there.
We've got a fantastic lineup of new arrivals.
But that's
Perfect
given
for
Vader
the
a bit of
season.
breathing space.
Fantastic lineup of new arrivals.
That's what this
Perfect for the
series is all
season.
about. Equal machinery. It's about talent and how well you can.
Fantastic lineup of new arrivals.
He made a mess of
Perfect for the
qualifying.
season. A fantastic lineup of new arrivals.
To 12th place, unfortunately.
We've got a fantastic lineup of new arrivals. Perfect for the season.
Mitani this race, he's finished 3 out of 4 races so far. A very quiet Le Mans, just taking away a few points. But
Pratama, and then the 11 of David Gonzalez, Brian Uriarte, and those trio.
Perfect.
He was much quicker in the pre-practice sessions.
Well then, Peter, we have Spain leading.
We've got a fantastic lineup of new arrivals. Perfect.
The point of the circuit yesterday when Karpushin's race came undone. Yaroslav, the number 17, he's up into 13th on this
straight. It is Brian Uriarte, who's won 2 races and twice been knocked off, and once by Hakim Danish.
Yeah, and he wants to be running.
He will get sucked into those 3. He was super late on the brakes.
We've got a fan.
Actually, was Super Mario, and that little pint-sized rocket he was several years.
Top 10,
So
and there is Vader still leading.
It can be done then, so a great start for those guys, but the others, they'll be hoping for.
Brian Uriarte there as he tries to hang on to Vader Pratama. He didn't look quite as smooth and cool.
And that's where he makes his move, or tries at least, as Uriarte says, no
superb.
way! Grid infringement, double long lap penalty, oh dearie me.
Yeah, that's normally does. I wonder if he's just having to push quite hard to stay with the leader. The number, quickly as they can change the gear, they do so. So there is the number 13 of Hakim Danish, our points leader. But he's yet to win a race this year. On the race, he wasn't quite close enough on that lap, but he's going to be close.
Fantastic lineup of new arrivals. Perfect for the season. Fantastic lineup of new arrivals. Perfect for the season.
It wasn't him, it was actually Lucas Brown. So
Vader up the inside, no on Uriarte. No, he can't do it, but he's got past.
We've got a
This is pretty fascinating, Peter. I mean, we're not seeing anything like this.
We've got a fantastic lineup.
The corkscrew section, and unless you go up there and watch it, you can't believe how steep it is.
He's got an earpiece listening to our commentary. He's gone, what are you talking about, old man? I'm off.
Yeah, he's gone, isn't he? But no, Brian will catch him. Come on, Brian.
Lana Thompson, he's leading the chasers. So he's actually nerfed wide by Marco Morelli yesterday. That's why Morelli, the Argentinian, got his long lap penalty, but all cleanly through today. Legion Rider there, doing very, very well indeed. Our championship leader, 4 second places so far. Right now, this is doesn't look like any of them are going to really drop off. Pugliese
said he doesn't need the slipstream.
Real Marco Morelli's weekend just going from bad to worse in the mix now. We saw some crashes there earlier on in the qualifying. It can be slippery if you're offline. Some of the riders going inside. That was the number 11 there going up the inside.
He knows what he's doing wherever he is. There's the number 11 of David Gonzalez picking up the slipstream of Brian Uriarte. Has to back out of here at Mugello. The lights are out and away we go. Who makes makes a good start. Christian Daniel Jr. is tucked in behind Brian Iriarte, but it is the 51 of Brian Iriarte that leads. The American, they head down to the first corner. Who's going to be brave on the brakes? Up the inside, no, it's Brian Iriarte who has it covered and sweeps through the first right-hand.
They've grown up racing each other all along, and as they're getting all involved, it is Pratama who goes through into the lead. Already up into the podium positions.
And Benyat Fernandez, of course, he's already had a win in race 2 at Le Mans.
Stay very, very clean and avoiding white lines, but it is Iriarte from Daniel, and then Pratama. Carter Thompson slotted into 4th. He narrowly missed the back wheel of the... And that's where he makes his move, or tries at least, as Iriarte says, no way!
He made it work this time. If they slow each other down, then Vader is going to disappear, but the number 11 of David Gonzalez looking...
This race, he's finished 3 out of 4 races so far. A very quiet Le Mans, just taking away a few points, but he had a 51 of Iriarte. He switches towards the inside line, and Daniel goes for the lead, but thinks better of it through Arabiata. 1, we then go up. Grid infringement, double long lap penalty. Oh, dearie me.
Yeah, that's Pratama. And then the 11 of David Gonzalez.